It's getting there, isn't it? Let me make sure all this is going okay. Yeah, looks to be. Man, have I got a story for you. I thought when I started this, I don't know what you call this, podcast, Uncle Jethro's story time, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Miko's podcast, whatever. I thought when I started this, it would be like, I'd just be telling you stories from my past. But something recently I had a friend evidently that had a sense of humor on Christmas Day. And forevermore, this incident is going to be known as the chocolate bar in a mailbox 2020 caper. Okay. Chocolate bar in a mailbox 2020 caper. Let me get to this. This is one of those things that happen that you just can't keep to yourself. You just can't. Just can't. God dang. God damn it, Bobby. How many times I got to tell you, boy? I had some friends over for Christmas Eve. And at around after 1 o'clock, it was Christmas Day. Everybody's still here. We're drinking the eggnog, celebrating Christmas. Under the mistletoe kind of thing, listening to some Brian McKnight, whatever, we're feeling our vibe, everybody's having a good time. House full of people, to be honest with you. I get a text on my phone. This actually came in on my iPad. I look at it and it says, and the weirdest thing, this is, I don't know if I'll ever be able to figure this out or not, but it came in from a 547. I don't know, my shit automatically erases. I didn't keep it. Whatever, I went back to look today, I didn't find it. But anyway, it's got like some numbers and something. I didn't know who it was from, but it said, Merry Christmas, go check your mailbox. So the first thing I'm thinking is, okay, this is one of those money grabs, gimmick. Look at your mailbox for the next sweepstakes, kind of thing like that. And then I looked at the message closer. It didn't look like it came from any. It didn't look like it came from business. I was like, all right, am I going to go out to my mailbox in the middle of the night? Really? At 1 o'clock in the morning? On Christmas Day, I got a house full of people, and what if it's a setup? Or somebody takes me out? I thought, well, that's elaborate. I don't have to go to all that trouble, right? Okay. I'm going to go out to the mailbox. So I gear up. Okay. When I mean gear up, I got 100 and some yards out to the road to the mailbox. From where my front door is, all the way down the driveway. So I'm like, it's dark and there's trees everywhere. And I got a big security light or two. You know, I got 1, 2, 3, but one big one out there. It's on the pole. It lights up the property to be good, but still, there's little dark zones because there's a couple of like spotlight, motion sensor things that I need to change out the batteries for, which automatically come with. They're not coming on right now. So I had some dark zones. So I'm trucking my way out, but I'm geared up. And for those that know, they know what gear's up all about, man. I got a flashlight and I got something to protect myself. Let's put it that way. So I'm going out to the mailbox. I get down to the street and I'm looking around with the flashlight. You couldn't hear a mouse fart. It's quiet. And I look in the mailbox and there's a paper sack. It's been folded over several times. Merry Christmas. And instinctively, this is what's so weird, instinctively I knew by feeling this bag that it was a candy bar. And I knew it. I was like, well, why would somebody get a candy bar? And I was like, well, maybe it's not. Maybe it's a big packet of money. Yeah, maybe he just left a $10,000 in my mailbox. Yay. So I get back to the house. I ignore most people and I just go into my fucking studio and I take it out of the bag. And now here's the thing. What you guys are going to think is like, this dude's full of shit. No, what you got to understand is that even though I'm on like a really good, in fact, that thing looks crooked right now, god dang it. Anyway, whatever. This camera's got one of them flip out screens, and I swear it's not, it's that close to me. I can't see me. I can't. My eyes are going bad, and I can't see very well. So most of the time when I'm like if I were going to do a stand-up to an auditorium, say 150 people, the lights especially on me, I wouldn't be able to see their faces. I wouldn't be able to see anything. I'm just that fucking blind. So I can make out my general body form, but I can't see my facial expressions. If I go, I can't see that. Which would be nice if I could, but I just can't. These glasses won't. I'm just not. You know, maybe I need a prescription or whatever. Anyway. So I come in here and I open it up and I see Yoshi. There it is. I see Yoshi. I can see he's on the pack. And I'm like, whoa. That's cool. And I guess there's something about seeing a Mario character on a candy bar or on a package. It was professionally packaged, everything. And I could tell, yeah, this looks like a candy bar. It's pretty fucking obvious. It was a candy bar. You can see the cellophane at the top and at the bottom. And I look and I go, oh, it's got Yoshi on it. I didn't think that, dude. I just opened it. And I opened the foil. Sure enough, it's a fucking candy bar. So I go, I didn't think nothing. I had some other shit going on too. I was thinking about going live. I didn't. Which you'll understand later why I didn't. But I was trying to get everything geared up, and I had this big party, and I wanted all the people that were here to come in and do this podcast. That's what was going through my mind. So I had that shit going. It didn't happen. So I start, oh, Shit, that's good. So I start eating this candy bar. I think you guys know where I'm going with this, right? About 30 minutes later, a friend of mine, when I say friend of mine, I mean a friend of ours, for those in the life. That's all I'll say. This is a person that I would die for. Really. This person's that close to me. He's been there through, well, I'm not even going to, he wants to remain anon, and I respect his privacy. You know, he's hooked up. I think he's hooked up with the fucking government some way. You know, so I'm gonna like stay out of that. CIA or FBI, some shit, I don't know. But anyway, he walks into my studio and he's like, "Hey, you gonna come out there? What are you doing, man?" And I'm still trying to get everything hooked up so I could go live, and I'm like, I'm eating this candy bar. And I guess he looked down and he saw his candy bar wrapper. Well, he's got good eyes. I don't. He goes, "What are you eating, man?" And I'm like, "Dude, somebody left this for me. No, you're not even going to believe this shit." Somebody texted me, said, "Merry Christmas, go look in your mailbox." I got a candy bar in my mailbox. I'm eating candy. He looked at me and goes, "How do you know it's not poisoned?" And I'm like, "Because I don't have any enemies, that's why, like you." He goes, "No, man, honestly, do you know what you're eating?" And I'm like, "Tastes like a good chocolate candy bar." And he's like, "No, fool, did you look at the wrapper?" And he picks it up and he shoves it in my fucking face. And I'm like, "One up." It's got a picture of Yoshi. He says, "Look real close." I said, "Dude, I can't see, especially in this weird light I've got in here. I can't read nothing in here." He goes, "You just ate a psilocybin bar, dude." And I'm like, "Whoa, what?" He said, "How much have you eaten?" He looks down at the desk and there's like, "I've eaten almost half." I guess I had eaten right at half. And he goes, "Stop." He takes it away. And he goes, "My God, dude, you know what you've done?" And I'm like, "Read what it says on the package." So he reads the package. And it sounds pretty cool. It doesn't sound unalarming. It's very friendly. The only thing I did notice is there was no manufacturing information whatsoever. Date, where it was made, where it came from, who made it, any 411, nothing. But other than that, the rest of the packaging looked real, I got it under light where I could see it, and it was professional. I mean, it was professional. He gave it to me. I was like, "Oh, okay." He said, he looks at me, he says, "Actually, dude, this looks legit." I said, "What do you mean?" He said, It's legit. It's not homemade, it's not bullshit. This came out of California, this is legit." He said, "I don't think you have anything to worry about." Now, mind you, 45 minutes has gone by. Honestly, I didn't feel nothing. I was just like, if anything, I kind of felt a weird tingly. But I'm drinking, we're partying, it's just like, about the time he said that, was when a switch went off. Pow. And I said, did that package say something about going to Mario Land?" And he said, "Oh, it doesn't just say it guarantees that you will be in Mario Land. That's pretty much what it's saying here." I'm like, oh. Well, I think I know what they're talking about. said, dude, what if? He said, don't worry about it. Everybody's like mostly asleep, passed out. There's a few people up. I'll look after you. Then you go, of course, your girl, she ain't gonna do it, so she'll look after you. She'll look after the house. Everything's fine. I said, but dude, I don't, this is where I fished, and then I said, dude, I don't wanna do this on my own. He said, when I was in the down jungles and shit, you gotta remember this motherfucker, he gets around all over the world. It's like he's like a killer or some shit, you know, like one of those, he does freelance wet work. I had known that for a long time. He said, when I was down in South America, I actually did ayahuasca. I said, you did? Oh my God. I've always heard that shit was badass. I'd like to do that. He said, yeah. He said, it was an experience I'll always remember. He said, I'll tell you what. I'm going to do this other half of the bar. Now that I've done it, I'm like, did he do me a favor? No, I think he ripped me off, but... I'd like to have that bar in the freezer for a rainy day. But who knew what I got myself into, man? So I said, okay. So he grabs, he starts munching. And I remember I'm already starting to feel it. My hands are starting to look fat. They're starting to look like Mickey Mouse hands, literally. So I'm like, wow, shit's a changing. My friend, like I said, my lifelong buddy, stayed up with me for the next 8 hours. And things that, well, if you ever get a chance to do a one-up bar, go one-up, bro. That's all I can tell you. Go one-up. I looked them up online later, and I found out that they're fairly popular out there. There's a lot of people out there partaking in one-up bars. I had no fucking clue. Never heard of them. Didn't know what the fuck was going on. Wow. So in a way, I felt like I kind of got tricked. After it really started to roll, about 2 hours into it, for 4 hours it rolled, and then for 2 hours it tapered off. 8 hours altogether. But for that middle 4 hours, dude, are you serious? It makes you question time, reality, space, everything. Time slows down to... Somebody would ask me for a lighter, and I'd say, well, it's going to take me about a year and a half to hand it to you. You sure you want this lighter? They're like, yeah, fool, give me a lighter. So I'd start with the lighter, and it would look like, in my mind, and I'm like, one of these days I'm going to give him that fucking lighter. And in my mind I'd be thinking about that when I was a kid. That first pop-up fly caught, and the fish, and then the streams, and my first sexual encounter, and the time I run for... You see what I'm saying? It went on and on and on in my mind just while I was passing that lighter. And then by the time I got my hand back, I was like, Yeah, appreciate that, motherfucker. It took like a year and a half. Piece of shit. And they laugh. You're a fucking idiot. You're a fool. Oh, when I was young, I tinkered around with, the real mushrooms, but I never seen nothing like this in a can. Are you fucking serious? I had no. That's why I didn't think nothing. I've heard of edibles, but not like. I never heard of that. So all things considered, my anonymous benefactor is a really, really good friend. Merry Christmas to you, brother. That's good looking out, man. But my friend that did stay around, we experienced something that probably I don't even know how to. What do you say? Huh? Me? Oh, what? What are you doing? Oh, really? Oh, how weird. Anyway. Hand me a cigarette, please. I don't need that. Thank you. But yeah, when you get to be my age, you're like, God dang, I've seen it all. Maybe not. Maybe not. And that's the wonderful thing about life. There was a time a few years ago when I thought my life was just over, man. I wasn't working, I was retired, I'd gotten into this weird, well, especially when I stopped taking the leg spray. Yeah, that was dark days. But I almost feel obligated to keep this on a up level rather than bringing everybody down. So actually what happened on Christmas Day was amazing. It was. And the real weird thing is about as it wore off, by the time Mike got up, which was awesome, for Christmas, and I was like, oh, good, I'm back to normal. But thank God he was sleeping and everything was, I could say that, oh, I got tricked into that, but no, it was definitely worth it. I'd have done it even if I had known. It was amazing. Fucking amazing. Something that wow, I don't even know what to say about that shit. There's so much I could say, but I don't even know how to describe it. That's just a half a bar. I can imagine if you ate the whole bar, what would happen. You would be so out there. I've actually looked it up on YouTube. There's a couple of videos. I haven't heard anybody speak yet and say ate a whole bar, but I did see one guy say that my friend ate a whole bar, and now he can't talk. So we're hoping he gets better. I don't know, but whether he's bullshit or whatever, I don't know. But I think it's best what I did, and I don't know want to really. Somebody's calling out my phone. That's so weird. It is so weird. Or it's a notification. So it just goes off in my ear. It is. It's tied into my thing. It's a really cool tune. How crazy. But like I always tell everybody, even though it was an amazing adventure, I even told my friend, and he agreed. There's always a price to pay for everything you do. Everything. That's why I don't do hard drugs. I never do all that bullshit. Because I know it's going to ruin your life. I did get into 13 years ago, I got in crack. I quit 30 years ago. About 16 years ago I got into it. And it wreaked havoc on my life. And I had to quit, obviously, or I would have never had anything. But there was a price to pay for everything. If you get really high, you're going to feel like shit the next day. Honestly, I felt like shit for the last 3 days. Was it worth it? Yeah, I forgot to. It actually was. But like I told my buddy, we're going to feel like shit probably. And he's like, yeah, but after what I've seen, I was like, me too. It was definitely worth it. It was definitely worth it. Is it something I'd ever want to, you want to do every weekend? Ever want to do it even once? No. It's kind of like one of those things you just kind of chalk up as like, I don't even know where to get it. It was like, I'd be like, hey, it was cool one time, and that's it, period. But it was pretty outrageous, and I have to, but I would recommend it. Thumbs up, thumbs really up. But anyway, let's see how long I've been on here. It didn't really matter. I'm gonna get off. Anything I need to talk about, man? Come on. You got input. You're supposed to be the, what are you, the sound engineer? You, hostess? I'm the host with the most. I don't need anybody like, come on. What the But I hope everybody had a great Christmas. And I pray that 2021 is just well, I hope it's so much better than 2020, but in my heart I feel like we're not ready. It's not just going to magically change overnight. So I think at least the first 6 months of 2021 is going to still keep a little bit upheaval. But I think towards summertime, especially towards the end of our summer, I think everything will start to be better. The COVID will be gone, at least by then. And you think so? I think so. It has. It's taken a lot of lives. Luckily, knock on wood, it hasn't affected. I don't know anyone personally who was affected by COVID. Nobody personally. I think my girl does, but I don't. But then again, we all know I'm a hermit. I stay at home. So, obviously I wouldn't know anybody. Sometimes I wonder why I didn't get it. Because I stay at home? Maybe. Maybe. Of course, I've been staying at home in isolation for like 5 years. So what everybody's going through, it's been my life for like the last 5 years. I'm one of those funny, strange pieces of fruit that I know you've heard guys that do time in prison, and they say, oh, do anything to me but put me in the hole. Don't put me in segregation, don't put me in the hole. I did 3 months in segregation. It was the worst time of my life. I'd rather be blah, 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 blah. Now, don't get me wrong. I thrive in general population. I usually run my little crew and do my thing. But I'm one of those weird, strange people that you can put me in the hole indefinitely. Like forever. And it wouldn't matter to me one bit. Not one bit. Now, what does that say about me? I've often questioned. And I've been put to the test. I've been in the hole. I've been in the real hole. In the 1932 chain gang hole. You can't see your hand in front of your face at night kind of hole. And hearing rats and shit at night scurry around myself. and it wasn't very big. I had a hard time doing push-ups and sit-ups. It was that small. Did it bother me? Not one fucking bit. It was in the summertime, in the hot summertime. I had fed on it. I liked it. Something about suffering in my life. I fed off of it. I don't know how to explain that. I don't. I always felt like it made me a stronger person. The more suffering I did. So I didn't mind. No pain, no gain. You were having a hard time with that game, weren't you?
Yeah, I get this one place and I want to die every freaking time.
Is it Super Mario or?
It's the Mario 3D. It has 3 different games on it, so I'm playing like the third one.
Oh, okay. Is that the one from the Mario games from like the 80s?
This one's from 07.
07. Okay, cool. But it's got 80s games in there too, right? It's got 80s games in there too, right? Like Super Nintendo, first Mario stuff. I think he had a game like that. I bought him. I know he's got some. He's got so much shit. I don't know. It's good days. It's gonna be a good year. It's good for me already. For those of that know me that have been following me on like Facebook for years, they probably know that I've gotten drawn down that political rabbit hole at times. Since I started doing this, if you notice my Facebook, I haven't said anything political. I guess it's what you focus on. I guess I didn't have any focus. I didn't have anything to focus on, so I was just watching the headlines, watching what's going on, all this. It depressed me, didn't it? Yeah, it's depressing what's going on out there. So the only thing I had as an outlet was to say, hey, fuck this, fuck that, that's not going to work, or this isn't going to work, or whatever. And really, I mean, that shit's all in my hands. All in my hands. Oh, I wonder why I keep doing this. I broke my tooth. Like I said, there's a price for everything we do. Everything. Yeah, I broke my tooth that night. What's going on? I think the only thing that's holding it in right now, and it's the main front. Hi, how are you, dude? And I think it's just one of those things, man. Oops. It's like I got this big scar. Just pulling a wrench out that came off a bolt and smashed me right in the mouth. I was like, are you serious? I'm surprised I didn't knock all my teeth out. I'm clumsy, if you didn't know. Very, very clumsy. Like, way clumsy. Like, I take clumsy to another level. Like, it's hard to explain. It's really hard to explain. Because I know things that took me years to learn, like martial arts and different moves and wrestling, stuff like that. It's learned over time. But I never had natural coordination where one guy in class might be able to get a move down, like boom, that. Might take me 3 weeks. But I got. But I'm not natural coordinated. And because of my personality, which is so if somebody yells from me from behind and says, hey, I'm not going to go. I'm not. I'm just not going to turn casually. I'm going to freak out. What? And then I knock shit off. The waitress is wearing the drinks. And they're like, that's how I am. I'm very like a rabbit. Like if you startled him. So, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's good. I'm now determined to get it.
You'll get it. need that docking station. You need to get one of those so we can put it on TV. That way you don't have to do that. And you just get the little remote control.
Fix this. First, this is the light.
The other one? Oh, that's right. That's the one. I gotta send that my Nintendo. What's it? The card reader. Yeah. Well, again, I hope everybody had a great Christmas. I know I did. It was excellent. Everything worked out really well. And I'm looking forward to a good year, and I hope we all have a really good one.